So here's a little look at doing some stuff with neutral and playing with the all-around game. So just using the repurposed step toy on a rope, which is a super easy obstacle that you can add to your arena, and just doing a little bit of a ground tie as I go around her. So you can see she's pretty curious and she's watching me pretty carefully. And there she tries to go to follow me, so I give her a verbal cue to ask her to stand. So because she tried to go towards me there, I'm just basically doing another loop. I want to make sure that when I do reward her, it's for standing still, and that's going to help her understand that during a ground tie, I expect her to just stay parked the entire time. So now that she stood still, I'm going to offer her the positive reinforcement, which helps her know that she did a really good job and that that's what I was looking for. It's a little easier way to try to communicate to them what you want them to do and when they did the right thing. So this is where you get to see how Bling is not super coordinated. You can see she really has to think about her feet and what she's going to do, and it's super duper awkward and not nearly as glamorous as when Fairly does the bridges. So when you watch Fairly's update, you'll see what I mean, that Fairly is just naturally a lot more agile, more aware of her feet. Now in this one, she actually did a really good job, so that's great to see that she can get it sometimes. We're gonna have to practice and work on that. So she's definitely got a little bit of work ahead of her. So now we're going to take a little look at her backup. So this is a backup through an L shape, which can be a pretty common task that you can get asked to do at various obstacle challenges. So here I'm asking her to back up, and this is something that she's just recently kind of gained some confidence with, backing up towards objects and towards different things. That took her a little bit of while to get there. Fairly's got more work to do than Bling does at this point. But that did take her a little bit of work, lots of practice, a lot of positive reinforcement. And in Fairly's update video, you'll see her do sideways over the boxes. Bling has been doing sideways over poles and stuff, but we haven't progressed to boxes and barrels and bigger objects just yet. So that is something that is going to be in the works for her. And there she goes through the narrow bridge, which she did pretty good. She just stepped out a little bit towards the end there. And here is where you can see Bling's confidence level is significantly higher than Fairly's for a lot of things. So here she does the carousel extremely calmly, very slowly. That was really done really nicely. Whereas Fairly, you'll see her being a little bit more quick and rushed, and I have to work through that. So that's a Bling going over the teeter-totter, which she actually does pretty nicely. And the curtain is something that we were working on for a little bit, and now she does that super confidently as well, and no longer feels the need to rush it. So sometimes when people see horses doing obstacles quickly, they think that they're just eager or they enjoy them. And although that may be true some of the time, a lot of the time it just means that the horse is actually kind of anxious or nervous about it. So we want to make sure that we take the time to show our horses that they can do it calmly and slowly. And you can always build up the speed factor later if you need that for a competition or just because you enjoy going fast. So this is one of the exercises I've been doing with Bling to try to build up her confidence in her hind end. So you can see she's kind of fidgeting a little bit, and that's because she doesn't really want to back her bum towards the barrel. So it's a little task that we've been working on, and I'm just slow and patient with her until she figures it out. But the idea is basically it's a set of poles and we back up to the barrel just until she touches it gently with her back leg, and I offer that positive reinforcement. So I'm not expecting her to kick the barrel backwards, but I want her to start to build up her confidence that she can back up to things behind her. It's not the end of the world, it's not going to hurt her. So that can be a fun little exercise you can use and take with you. So here's a little look at Bling moving around on the teeter bridge. This one's actually a banana bridge because you can flip it over and it can be a teeter on one side or a flat bridge, like a ramped bridge on the other side. And so I just like to do things where I work on moving my horse's feet around while they are on objects. Sometimes in competition we get asked to turn around on bridges or pedestals. Sometimes we get asked to do pivot turns on them. You never really know what you're going to get asked for, and it helps them in general to practice moving around and on top of things so that way they can be more coordinated, more aware of their feet. So one thing as I do this exercise of moving her body around, you'll see with with Bling, she doesn't really move her back legs a whole lot. There's not a lot of confidence in her back legs as to where they're supposed to be. So she's pretty easy and willing to move those front legs, but the back legs are the ones that kind of struggle. So I don't make a big deal out of it. I'm just going to reposition her and we're going to try again. And that's really key, is that if your horse is trying, be careful that you don't get upset or get mad at them. The only time you really ever see me get super firm with a horse is if they're getting, for whatever reason, they want to try to push me out of the way. Could be because they tried to, they're nervous about the situation, so they start to push into me. That's when you might see me start to tap on them or something like that. And that's just because I don't want them thinking that through the human is the right answer. But here you can see Bling is really trying. She's not confident in her bum. She doesn't really know how to do it. So I'm just kind of holding her steady and I'm being patient with my cue. If she tries to come in towards me, I kind of bump her rope a little bit, or when she tries to go forwards. But overall, I'm being super duper patient with her and really just giving her the time of day to kind of think about it. And this kind of goes to the 4 reasons why a horse says no. So if you're curious about that, I do have a free video series on my website. If you go to harmonyhorsemanship.ca/welcome, you will see you can sign up for the free video series. And one's on positive reinforcement, and one's on the 4 reasons why a horse says no, and another one's on passive leadership. So she gave me like one itty bitty little step, enough that I can move her front legs around. So I'm like, oh, like, you did it, Bling. Like, you survived, you didn't die, and you tried, and you trusted me. And that's where we're at with that so far. So we still have a lot of work to do building up her confidence in her hind end. But overall, she's doing things that are pretty impressive. So I'm pretty proud of her and what she's been able to accomplish so far. So that's a good start. Now, hind end confidence seems to be something that's pretty big for a lot of horses, so there's going to be a lot of different things that I do to help her with that. And doing ground ties like this is actually one of them, where I practice walking behind her, because it helps to build that confidence of things going behind her and asking her not to follow, not to look. So that can be really important for horses. A lot of people play that touch it game, and I want to make sure that I practice the all-around game, where I'm building confidence all the way around my horse and not just in front.
I hope you guys enjoyed that update of Bling. She's doing super awesome, and I'm pretty excited. We've got a few things to work on, but hope you guys liked that. Make sure you like this video, comment, and tell me what you like to see and what you don't like to see. And remember to subscribe to this channel so you get lots of updates and can see the latest videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you later.